How do you buy a house when you don't have any money? Question. I am going to talk about that today, but first off, I want to ask you a huge favor, and that is if you actually like what I'm talking about, I would appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing, doing whatever you can to let me know that you are getting something from my content. As you know, I'm in real estate, obviously, because it's all I talk about. And I feel like it's my personal duty to educate and help people get properties, get investment properties, buy their first home, have an Airbnb started, whatever it is. I feel like it's my personal duty to do whatever I can to help you out. Whether that means I'm actually personally assisting you or not, I have no idea. But all I want to see is people purchase property and not have to pay rent when they actually want to buy a home. So please like and subscribe and share and do whatever it is. Let me know, text me, send me a message, say thanks. I appreciate it. I had somebody recently reach out and say, I don't know why you don't have a million followers because your content is gold. And I'm like, yeah, I don't freaking know either. So today I'm going to discuss my newsletter that I just sent out to everybody. And it is how to become a homeowner on a first time buyer's budget. And I'm going to talk about the 5 talking points that I have in my newsletter, but I want to start off with myself personally and how I got my first home because I was very young, newly married, and I never thought I'd own property, and I was desperate to own a house because it was my dream. I'm not going to say when it was because that would tell you how old I am, and that's none of your business. You want to ask me in person, and I'll tell you, but I'm not discussing it online. So, what I did to get a house at the very beginning was my husband at the time and I had friends that were Mormon, and their parents were actually going away on a mission, and they needed somebody to look after their house and their dogs for the year that they were away. So, guess what? We did it. And all it cost us was the utilities. So here we are, a young, newly married couple, and we were basically living for free. I don't know about you, but I feel like that I just had a pot of gold handed to me and I appreciated it. So we had modest paying jobs at the time and we stacked the money away to the best of our ability so that we could find a house and obtain and have enough of a deposit to put down as a first time home buyer. And we didn't do the 5% down and all that shit back then. Like we had our 20% down. So what I want to say to you is that I'm going to hit the number 5 talking point first in my newsletter, which is expand your home search. And by expand your home search, I don't just mean geographically, I also mean expand what you're looking at. So, I mean, for me, we house sat for a year so we could actually afford to buy a detached home. So, maybe you can't afford a detached home. Maybe you're going to have to buy a semi detached. I live in a semi detached in Hamilton and it's 1,800, almost 1,900 square feet. So I'm sorry, but that's big enough for the two of us that live here. And I love where we live, like, love where we live because we're 10 minutes walking to the water. Love the north end of Hamilton. Shout out to you on that one. So expand your home search. Maybe geographically, maybe instead of living in Hamilton, you're going to live in St. Catharines because you can buy a house there that's fully detached for $600,000. Yes, it's possible. So maybe you're going to have to live in a semi detached. Maybe you're going to have to live on Hamilton Mountain. Maybe you're going to have to live in a townhouse condo and have condo fees. These are the sorts of things that you might have to do by expanding your search. So let's go into the real list. So I expanded my search. I house sat for a year. We got a fully detached house. I had an amazing real estate agent, and she actually was the barometer for my job right now with how I function when I'm helping you buy a property or sell your property, because she was bar none one of the best agents that I've ever dealt with. So she was extraordinarily patient. She read me like a book. She said, I am not selling you any house. I am selling you your dream house. And my dream house just happened to be the worst house on the best street. And as you know, and as you've heard me say in the past, it is all about the buy and it's all about location, location, location. Because if you buy in the right location, your property, baby, is going to hold its value. That's just the way it works. Money is made on the buy. Say it all the time. I will attest to it. I hold true to it. Location, location, location. It's everything. So I got my dream home. I lived there for 26 years. You might be able to figure out how old I am. But anyhow, I'm going to move into my newsletter now. So, number one, try house hacking. What is house hacking? Well, it was definitely that term was made popular by Brandon Turner of Bigger Pockets. If you don't know real estate investing and you haven't heard those terms, you need to understand and learn and educate yourself on that. So what that is basically get a group of people together, get them to sign a lease for you. And then go and present that to a mortgage broker and to a real estate agent and start looking for a property. Get pre-approved. Show them that you have, let's say you're going to buy a 4-bedroom house and 3 people are going to rent from you, and you might be able to convert one of the rooms in the basement into another bedroom, and you've got 5 people living with you. They're going to pay for your mortgage. That's called house hacking. Number 2, team up with friends or family. Ask friends and family. Maybe somebody wants to move out as well. Maybe your cousin wants to move out, or your brother and sister. You're young, you're under 30, you don't have kids. Why not live with people? Who cares? Someone lives upstairs, someone lives downstairs. Do whatever it takes to get into the real estate market and start building your portfolio and your equity, your investment. Again, location, location, location. So if you do team up with friends or family, make sure you buy in the right location so you know resale value will be good. Number 3, tap your network for help and funding. So talk to people. Maybe you have an aunt that doesn't have any children and has spare gobs amount of money to give away that she can loan you as a gift. So then you can get enough money for a 20% down payment. It's hard saving money. I get that. I definitely get that. Number 4, look for special programs and assistance. Okay, you all know me, and it's great because, yes, you're going to get a first-time home buyer's tax credit. Awesome, fabulous. A lot of times these special programs are set up federally, and unfortunately, you know how I feel about the federal government. They're so out of touch with reality and what's going on in the housing market, and they're a big reason why we have the problems we have today, that a lot of these special programs that they set up aren't even functioning for people because they don't meet the required elements that are in these programs, because housing is so out to lunch right now. But take whatever you can get and ask your mortgage broker if there's anything available and go from there. And then number 5 again is expand your home search. So I can't stress that enough. There are lots of properties out there. I'm definitely seeing the 500 to 550 range underlisted, and they're starting to hold offers again, which I'm not happy about because that just sucks for first-time home buyers because we need that. Canada's GDP, as I've stressed before, relies heavily on housing in Canada and to contribute to its economy. Big problem. So get out there, start looking, get pre-qualified. I have mortgage brokers that are amazing. If you're self-employed, I have the most amazing mortgage broker for self-employed people. And don't be afraid. Do whatever you can to save as much money as you can. Set a budget. When I purchased my first home, my budget was $1,000 for my mortgage payment, including property taxes, and we did it. We were very fortunate because my in-laws, they ended up loaning us money, and then they ended up gifting it to us afterwards. So that allowed us to buy the worst house on the best street that I owned for 26 years. So, but our budget before that, we were still looking at the worst house on the best streets in that budget. So we had a $20,000 discrepancy that it allowed us to bump up. And it is shocking because there are deals out there. One of the last deals that I had just closed, we were substantially less than list. And I'm really happy for my buyers because I just talked to her this morning and they absolutely love where they live. So it's possible. Live the dream. Ciao for now. Peace out.